Hello, I'm Rachel Pickworth from Mad Leaders and welcome. I want to talk today all about how to deliver highly effective one-to-one meetings. So, what I'm sharing with you today is lesson 7, a summary of lesson 7 from my Elevate in 90 Days program. It's a program that sets leaders up for success over 90 days with amazing systems to ensure not only that they elevate their leadership, but their impact and the engagement of their people and achieve greater results. So, in lesson 7, we explore how to deliver effective one-to-one meetings. The reason I do this lesson, why this lesson is so powerful, is that over the last 20 years, when working with leaders, what I've found is those leaders who are set up with a strategic way, that a system that they deliver to ensure their one-to-ones are effective, those leaders are incredibly impactful, are considered more high performers than those that don't have any sort of system or structure around it. And one of the first things that I do when I'm coaching is ask leaders, tell me about the one-to-ones that you're having with your manager, and tell me about the one-to-ones that you have with your people. We know that effective one-on-ones are powerful, right? They're a critical element of effective management and leadership. They're a critical skill, but they're only effective when they're done well. And a lot of times they're not done well or they're not done at all. So I really want to dive into the how-to and support you with some tools around that, or support the people that perhaps you're responsible for elevating their leadership in the business. Perhaps you want to share this with them. So just pausing for a moment, I just want to check in with you to ask you, if you do run one-to-one meetings, how do you run them currently? How often do you run them? Are they set in the calendar in a recurring way? Does everyone get the same amount of time? How much time do they get? How much time is focused on, say, delivery planning, or on goals, or on well-being, or on feedback? And is there a structure around that? Is there a predictable way that you run those meetings to ensure that you're ticking off the leadership activity and the management activity? Are you considered someone who delivers effective one-on-ones and has time for everyone to have the important conversations that need to be had? It's really important to kind of pause and ask, if it's something that you're doing well, because I will tell you now that if you start to deliver one-to-ones in the way that I'm about to share with you, it will be a game changer. And that's why I have made this one of the core lessons in the Elevate in 90 Days program, because I know that when leaders are set up with a system around this, it can be very powerful. Now, I'm not going into the deep end with the lesson. I'm just giving you a high-level summary. And there are two things that I want to focus in on in this conversation today. Number one is when you're delivering your one-to-ones, and the other is how are you delivering them. So let's think about the when first of all. What I do in the program is recommend a structure, a recurring calendar structure. But what I want you to know is that it's important that you make it your own. What I'm going to suggest here is simply a suggestion. And like with everything that I teach, it's about introducing a system or a template or a tool, but then it's about you making it your own, because every leader is different. Every team is different. You may be someone who leads you may lead 80 people, or you may lead 2. And so it's going to be different. And you also may, when I say 80, I don't mean 80 direct reports, but you may have multiple managers or team leaders reporting into you. So it's different for everybody. That's the point I want to make. But what I recommend in the program is that you have 2 meetings a month. One is for 1 hour, and then 2 weeks later you have one for half an hour. In the half-hour meeting, you've really got your management hat on. So it's very much about where you're at right now, what's happening in terms of your activity, checking in, looking at the work ahead. Is everything okay? How can I support you? And keeping that individual on track more in terms of the management hat that you're wearing. And then the other meeting that's say monthly. So you've got one that's an hour a month, and you've got one that's half an hour a month. The meeting that's an hour, you could split into two, and you do the same sort of management conversation where you're ticking off how are you, ticking off things like well-being. And in the template that I provide, it's quite detailed. We have the first half that's very much a management conversation, but we are ticking off things like well-being and what's going on for the month and the activity ahead, talking about the team, checking in on everything that needs to happen as a midpoint in the month. And then there's an additional half hour once a month that's more the leadership conversation, more about the longer term vision, the longer term planning, the goals, talking about development, having opportunity for two-way feedback. And you can do that in the management conversation as well, but we're wanting to make sure that it's in there at least once a month, that two-way feedback conversation, revisiting the development plan and what needs to happen, and any learning and development, any training that needs to happen. And so what I encourage you to do is to create some sort of system for yourself around the how. What is it that you want to discuss with every single person? What are those, almost like a checklist that you're going through to ensure that you're ticking off the management and leadership activity, and that you're doing it the same way with everybody. It's not just a coffee chat that you have with some people, or the favorites or the easy people. It's about making sure that you're handling this in an equitable, fair way where everyone gets the same value, the same time with you, and you're able to support these individuals. And although I encourage you to create a structure, template, checklist system around this, is to wrap around that the warmth and generosity, and to be humanistic. Not to go in with your checklist. Okay, today we're talking about X, Y, Z. We don't want that. We want you to make sure that you're being humanistic. But what the process does, the system does, is it ensures that you are being proactive about this. You're being strategic, you're planned, you're organized, you're predictable. Everyone knows what to expect. Everyone, says, yes, I get time every month with my manager, and they're really interested in how I am, and they're really interested in my development and my career planning, and they're really interested in learning how they can be a better leader. They ask me, how can I be a better leader for you? Give me some feedback. And they give me really a powerful, effective feedback to support me to aim higher, to grow and develop. And it's just really powerful meetings. They're really effective, and I really look forward to them. And if they're cancelled, that they're immediately rescheduled. I really feel like I'm a priority in this team, as we all do, and we all then are aligned, and we go into battle for our manager, for this leader. And so that's what we're wanting to do here, is set up a strategic calendar approach that handles the when, and then we have a template or system or checklist in place that handles the how. So that's my big tip for you today. If you want to go deeper, you can learn more about the Elevate in 90 Days program and all the systems and templates and tools that I provide in that program to support you to be more organized, more strategic, more impactful, and be a high-performing leader. If you are someone who is responsible for the development for many leaders in the business, then this is a one-to-many program, because what's incredibly powerful is if you can get multiple leaders doing all the same thing. So I will say that this is a game changer, these effective one-to-one meetings. I'm so passionate about it because the transformation that it makes for a leader's impact, but also the way they feel about being on top of things and being proactive. If you have many people in an organization who are all set up for success and all know how to deliver effective one-to-ones, and there's a template around it, they're all doing it the same way, and it's systemized, then you've got, that capability uplift and the capacity uplift with people being more skilled and being ready to step up. So I hope this has been valuable today. The takeaways from this, that the action to take is look at the when, look at your calendar, set up recurring systems and structure around that, and look at the how. How do you want to deliver it? Create a checklist for yourself, and implement this system, and it will transform the way that you lead and manage your people. I hope that's been helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.